I don't got time to be here, man. If you can, just do your job or do whatever you're doing or something, man. But I don't really care what you do, man. It's not my
I'd love to do my job, but part of my
not my
job is
job,
making
dog. It's not
sure.
my fucking job, all right? I don't give a fuck what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Your job is gay as
Adjourned.
fuck.
We've got two intense court hearings lined up for you today, and they're truly something else. First, we're looking at a case where the defendant completely loses control, yelling at the judge, acting out, and showing total disregard for courtroom rules. In situations like this, judges have the right to hold someone in contempt if they're being disrespectful, and in this case, the judge doesn't hesitate to take action. Was the judge being fair, or did the defendant go way over the line? Share your thoughts in the comments below. But for now, let's get into what really happened in this wild courtroom moment.
Good afternoon. My name is Walt Weaver. I'm the judge of Potter County Court of Law number 1. I'm going to be hearing your case today. I've reviewed your plea papers, Mr. Rico. It appears to me you're ready to waive all your constitutional rights in exchange for a plea bargain agreement. But you do have an absolute constitutional right to appear in my open courtroom and face your accusers. Or you could also choose not to use that right as well and agree to appear by video. Are you agreeing to appear by video?
Hey, if I can, man, you can just like figure it out in court and I guess
Are you saying you don't want to do this on video?
I'm not trying to be in court hearing and doing stuff on here. I just ain't got
Mr.
time.
Rico, it's real simple.
I don't got time to be here, man. If you can, just do your job or do whatever you're doing or something, man. But I don't really care what you do, man.
I'd love to do my job, but part of my
Not my
job is
job,
making
dog.
sure
It's not my fucking job, all right? I don't give a fuck what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Your job is gay as
adjourned.
fuck.
I'm going to hold you in contempt.
Hey,
There'll be
bro,
a
I don't give a
$100
fuck
fine.
what you talking about,
Remove the
man. All right?
individual.
I don't give a fuck what you talking about, man.
Bye.
So, dude, get a job. You be free, go. He's better.
Do we need to preserve this as evidence now since that's resisting? All right, don't delete the YouTube video. That's unfortunate. Hey, Ethan, keep them coming, man.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Oh, it's not your fault. That's part of our part and parcel. Boy, he's so little, and look how much people he's got. Could you please put him, Miss Morris, on a transport next time so we can get it done? Boy, if that's not the funnest name I've said all day. Man, it's too bad Mr. Rico could have gone home today. He decided he'd rather stay.
You might have got a new prosecutor today.
Well, it's all live. You saw him fight the deputy. Technically, he's under arrest in a jail. Do you have to prove that element?
Well, things went downhill fast for Mr. Rico. Honestly, it's hard to understand what he was thinking walking into that hearing. You can't just yell at a judge and expect to get away with it. He clearly wasn't thinking things through. I'm not sure if he was just having a bad day or dealing with something deeper, but it was obvious from the start that this wasn't going to end well for him. Judges simply won't tolerate that kind of disrespect. This was one of the most shocking court moments I've seen in a long time. He came in angry and aggressive, talking back right away. You don't see that very often. Usually, when people act out in court, they try pulling things like the sovereign citizen argument. But this was something else. Now, let's move on to the next case. Believe it or not, it might be even more intense. In this one, the defendant actually confesses right there in court. It's dramatic, unexpected, and honestly, very compelling to watch. Let me know your thoughts on the first case. But for now, let's check out what happens in this second wild hearing.
Mr. Briggs, you're before the court today making first appearance, Raymond, on 2 charges. The first is malicious mischief in the 3rd degree. It's a gross misdemeanor subject to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. Second is harassment, domestic violence. That's also a gross misdemeanor subject to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. Because the charges have domestic violence enhancements, they are something where if you're convicted of them, it would result in your inability to possess firearms. If
I
you're
don't own a
convicted.
firearm. That's
Okay,
what I told
again,
you.
I have to let everybody know whether you have guns or not.
So I was denied due process. I have paperwork that proves that I owned the car before I was married. So therefore the car is mine. And no, since we're in separation, no judge has divided property yet. So technically the car is still mine. So I wrote on my own car. That's a fact. Here's the paperwork. I
We're
sit
not
down at
having
the
a
bank.
trial today.
Well-
We're having your arraignment.
Okay.
You're entering a not guilty plea.
I was denied
You've
due
told-
process,
hold on,
sir.
Hold on.
You said I could
You've told,
speak.
no, I
didn't want
didn't.
to
I said you should exercise your right to remain
I choose
silent.
not to, sir.
Your attorney, if they were sitting there, would not have you making factual statements on the record.
That's my discretion, sir. Because I believe there's Fourth Amendment charges. I was denied all kinds of rights, and I will be coming back with a vengeance. I have
Are you
paperwork.
threatening the court?
I am
sir?
not threatening the court anything. I'm not threatening anybody.
You just-
I have the
you
right
said
to
you were
sue.
coming
I have
back
the
with
right,
a
I have the
vengeance.
right to sue this city, and that's what I just said. So if you want to take that farther than that, that's up to you. I did not say that. I'm
You
making
said
it
you are
clear.
coming back with a vengeance.
With an attorney.
On
It
the
doesn't have
record,
anything to do
yeah.
with me. That's not a threat to you. The city. I said I'm suing the city. So you do what you want today. Go ahead and hold me in contempt. Go ahead. I'm suing the city. I will be suing the city. If you will take that as a threat, then that's fine. I will be talking to the city attorney. I've already talked to the city. I'm talking to people. I talked to the police chief already.
Yeah, I've seen how you've conducted yourself. so
Yeah,
far.
that's right. Because I'm being wronged. It's my house. She had no business being there. And she hasn't even lived there for 6 months. She hasn't paid a bill for 8 months. She can't just come there. I have rights.
You do?
Just because she's entitled to
So
be
again,
able to
we've-
be on the
again, we've
property
talked
doesn't mean
about-
she can just come.
We've discussed your rights today. We're not going to litigate your case today.
Do I
okay.
have the option to
This is-
speak with the city attorney
This
as
is a
well?
criminal court.
Do I have the option to speak with the city
Not once
attorney?
you say you're going to be hiring an attorney.
Do I have the option to speak with the city attorney? I'm not hiring an
Not
attorney.
today.
I want to speak with the city attorney.
Not today.
Okay, when would I be able to do that?
That's me, sir, and I will give you my card.
Okay,
But we do have some release conditions we will be requesting.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Carmen.
Yes, Your Honor. We are requesting a formal no contact order with victim notification.
it should have been me filing.
Well,
She's
please,
harassed
sir.
me.
Please, sir,
So what do you think? Does this guy seem believable? Or is he just trying to talk his way out of serious accusations? Personally, he comes across as pretty arrogant, like he's trying to act overly confident in court, maybe thinking that attitude will somehow help his case. But here's a heads up. It definitely doesn't. In fact, he ends up admitting to something quite serious, and the judge's reaction is both surprising and a bit entertaining. It really makes you wonder what was going through his mind. You'd think if someone was facing this kind of trouble, they'd come prepared, with a lawyer and solid evidence. But instead, he just seems totally unprepared. And judging by the judge's body language, it's clear things aren't going his way. But enough from me. Let's jump back into the hearing and see how this all unfolds.
All right, go ahead.
the facts of this case are highly concerning with regard to the threats that were made. These folks are in the midst of a dissolution. Statistically, through peer-reviewed literature, that is one of the highest risk times for partners who are splitting for domestic
Well, what about the
violence.
time I got punched in the chest 5 times? Nobody did anything about that, and I reported it to the officer. Upon arrest, I told him 2.5 months ago, I've been punched in the chest. I will take a lie detector test for that and pay for it. And I received
Point,
nothing.
the city attorney is making her release recommendation. You need to let her finish.
I was denied due process. You guys didn't take my complaint. So you didn't even take my complaint. And then you don't want me to call it racism. You didn't even take my complaint.
The only thing we are doing today, sir, is you have entered a not
Well, there
guilty
should be
plea.
equal treatment under the law, and I have not
We're not
received that.
litigating your case today. I've already told you that. You've seen every other person come up here. I've entered not guilty pleas. I've set
Well, I
release
want to put this in the record is, can I give this to the attorney so she can follow up on this? This is my proof that the car is mine. I don't go to her. I am at my house. She came to me. I never go to her. So why is the order
Please-
against me when I
please
don't
let-
even deal with her?
Please let the city attorney finish her recommendation. So we're walking on a very fine line right here with your conduct in court today.
Okay, I'll stop. Sorry.
Thank you.
don't even go to Oregon, sir.
I will
She lives in
add,
Oregon.
I will add, because Mr. Briggs has brought it up, we are not seeking to remove him from the home that he is residing in.
How you gonna, she don't even live there. Are you kidding me? She doesn't live there. I paid the mortgage there for the last for 4 years I paid the mortgage, and I can prove that.
The more this man speaks, the clearer it becomes. He really needs a lawyer. It's obvious he doesn't understand what's happening, and you can just imagine how frustrating that must be for the judge. Honestly, if you're going to represent yourself, at the very least, you should understand the basics of your own hearing. I'm curious what you all think. Is he genuinely confused, or is he trying to play a role to gain sympathy? I'm on the fence myself. It's hard to tell whether he's truly lost or just putting on an act. Either way, things are about to take a serious turn. He's getting ready to make a big confession. Let's get back into it.
I will add, because Mr. Briggs has brought it up, we are not seeking to remove him from the home that he is residing in.
How you gonna, she don't even live there. Are you kidding me?
Your Honor, the reason that I'm bringing this up is that the victim has requested a civil standby so that she can go get her personal belongings from the home.
Property has not been divided by the court. She has her personal items and her personal belongings. And then the court has to divide the property. That's what I've been waiting for. I've encouraged her to file the divorce papers, sir.
I will be finished here shortly, Your Honor. The proposed NCO that we have drafted after contacting Battleground to make sure this is something that they could do.
That's against the law. No way.
Is that she can call for a civil standby where they would go to Mr. Briggs' home. She has the same 15
She
to
can't
20.
come there and just take whatever she wants out of the home. It hasn't been divided by the divorce court. I believe she's demonically possessed by the Jezebel spirit. So I don't want her around me. There's a visceral reaction that I haven't felt around a person in many years. If I'm from here to her, I want to throw up. I literally cannot be around her. And I've required that she not come to the house. She came to the house because I refused to get the HELOC with her to help her pay off her bills. So she came to the house the next day, and then that's when everything started. I was sitting there with my brother-in-law, drinking beer by myself, like I always do. I didn't go to her. She came to my house. And she has forfeited, I haven't proved it, but she's forfeited her right to the property. She hasn't paid a single bill there in 8 months. And when she left, the moment that she took her and got a new bank account at Columbia Credit Union, that's the day of separation. That was over 8 months ago. She cannot just come to that property.
I have jurisdiction for a victim to be able to retrieve property.
What would I be
when
keeping
no
from her, sir?
contact-
She has all of her clothing. There's a table and a side table in the bedroom. That's all that's there, and whatever's in the garage. I haven't kept her from anything. I'm trying not to kill her.
There it is. He really shouldn't have said that. The moment those words came out, it was clear he was in serious trouble. And now the judge is about to call him out hard. Of all the things to say in court to defend yourself, that was absolutely the wrong choice. He had been trying to come across as innocent, making arguments about how he wasn't guilty, and then he completely blows it with one careless comment. It's almost like he doesn't understand the situation he's in. Instead of focusing on the facts, it feels like he's just arguing with the other person, trying to shift blame. At this point, he's only making things worse for himself. You can just imagine the judge thinking, why did I even give this guy a chance to speak? In court, staying quiet can sometimes be the smartest move, especially when things aren't going your way. What do you all think so far? Is he innocent or just trying to talk his way out of it? Let me know in the comments. And let's get back to the hearing.
That's not, now
I
hold
would
on.
actually ask he be held on $10,000 bail.
Listen, sir, listen.
You can't. say
I'm not
first,
saying it
sir.
like that. I'm saying that I've tried to keep her away because of violence. I don't want
Very
to.
much keeping with statements.
Oh
that were
my
made
God.
at
Do
the
you
scene.
understand? Does anybody
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah, take
I
him into
didn't
custody.
never touch her.
Officers, take him into custody.
I never touched her. I didn't want to harm her. That's what I've been doing the whole time. Man, I'm getting crunk down here and it's gonna be on. This is prejudice and
Okay, I'd like-
racist as hell.
I'd like no bail.
You're racist.
Well,
I have
he
not
just
done
threatened-
anything to her.
He just threatened to get crunk on the court.
So what? What is that? So you're taking away my freedom of speech? I can't express myself now?
Can't
I
threaten.
haven't committed any crime. I haven't touched anybody.
All right, so
I don't want her at the house. That's what I've tried to avoid.
at this stage, we're gonna set Mr.
Ain't never,
Briggs-
she punched me in the chest. I'm prosecuting her, so you take that. I want to see somebody about that right
we're gonna
now.
Set Mr. Briggs.
And I'm pressing charges on her.
Out 1 week.
She punched me 5 times and I will take a lie detector and pay for it.
We're gonna
Can I
set
speak to
Mr.
somebody
Briggs
and press
over to
charges
the
on her?
12th of December,
You
2024
know what I'm saying?
at
Hey, you know
8:30
what? My
a.m.
shoulder, I'm in,
The release conditions in place are to violate no laws, appear at all mandatory court dates, to notify the court of any change of address or phone number. I'm signing off on a standalone no contact order.
So I said I didn't want to kill her and I never threatened to kill her. I'm just expressing to you that I don't want any bodily harm towards her. And you're arresting me for that. And it's a freedom of speech. I didn't touch her. I've never put a hand on her. She punched me. Can I press charges? Can I see someone to press charges on her right now? Your Honor? Your Honor?
This is your arraignment today, sir, on criminal charges. You've made a number of threats on a recorded
I
record.
didn't make any
I
threats
told
to
you-
anybody.
Well, we'll listen
How is
back.
that a threat? Freedom of speech. I didn't threaten anybody. I didn't say I want to kill her. I said I don't want to.
Sure. Well, we'll listen to what they say on the record. You're being recorded. I told you to remain silent.
Well,
Your
hey,
choice.
I knew you was gonna do this. I knew you was gonna wait until I slipped and then you was gonna throw me in jail, and that's fine. Because I'm coming with Trump. That's not a threat. That's my personal lawyer that I'm gonna get to fight you guys
When
with.
people threaten killing someone on the record, sir, I take
I
that
didn't threaten to
extremely
kill her.
seriously.
That was not a threat to kill her. I didn't say I'm going to kill
We're
her.
recording.
I said I don't want to, and that
That's
wasn't
fine.
even, that was just a figure of speech.
It's recorded.
I don't
We're
care if it's recorded.
We're on intensive pretrial release. At this time, I'm going to impose bail in the amount of $25,000.
And then, Your Honor, if it is posted, could we have the victim notification?
Victim
requirement?
notification will be put in place.
Thank you.
This is a railroad, man. I'm telling you.
That was one of the most shocking courtroom moments we've covered on this channel. This man essentially admitted to thinking about harming his ex, right there, in front of the judge. It's hard to understand what he was thinking. He's in court, trying to defend himself, and then he makes a statement like that. At this point, I'm not sure if he was hoping for sympathy or just completely unaware of how serious his words were. Maybe a bit of both. You'd think anyone in that situation would know not to hand over a confession so easily. What do you think? Was he totally unaware of what he was doing, or was it a calculated move gone wrong? Personally, I think he should have let his lawyer handle it and stayed quiet. Most people in his position would have kept their mouth shut and hoped for the best. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you all think about this case. That's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more wild courtroom moments, be sure to like and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.